This is episode 89 of the Christian Travelers Network. Today we're going to be doing our 2021 travel theme reveal. Welcome to the Christian Travelers Network, where travel stories, community, and scripture combine. Hey Christian Travelers, I'm so glad that you're tuning into this podcast today. If you were unable to tune into our live event last week, this is our 2021 travel theme reveal, and I am revealing to you not only what bookings can be like in 2021, but we're also taking some time to talk about what our faith-based focus will be in all of our travels and how we can help you book trips for your family, friends, and of course for groups. This was pre-recorded the night of our live event, so enjoy. Hey guys, I'm so excited to be revealing our 2021 travel theme to you tonight. We are so excited after a lot of planning and a lot of things that have gone into this to finally get to reveal to you what Christian Travelers Network is going to be doing in 2021. And thank you for joining us tonight. So, as you may be wondering, this is kind of our agenda for the night. We are going to walk through introductions, have our travel devotion, learn about what the 2021 theme is, and how we're going to provide some resources for you, including travel devotionals, planning trips, all of those exciting things, and of course, answer any questions and give away our 2021 travel theme planner. This is a little bit about myself. I am a adventurist. I have been skydiving. I love traveling. I love anything outdoors. And the first time I ever traveled was in high school. It was to Australia. And these are some pictures of a time when I went to Germany and to the Czech Republic by myself and some of the people that I got to meet. I really enjoyed traveling on my own, but it was a little daunting. This lady up in the top right corner, I stayed with her at an Airbnb, and we got to know each other. Even though we didn't speak the same language, it was really fun to attend church with her and get to know her. And this individual in the bottom left, I went on some tours with, and we learned about some of our different cultures and things like that. But I have gone to college and majored in Christian theology and Christian educational leadership, and I got to take some of my students to this large retreat with lots of people, and it was such a great bonding experience for us. And I realized that our faith and our travel go so much hand in hand that I ended up starting what is now known as the Christian Travelers Network. I started out doing podcasts and other resources with, and now I have gotten the opportunity to start booking trips, which I'm very excited about. So without further ado, let's dive into our travel devotion tonight. Many of you can relate to this picture of this individual just kind of feeling lonely and experience a lot of grief. A lot of us have experienced different forms of loss, especially because a lot of us have missed out on those travel opportunities that we were so looking forward to. Many of us have lost loved ones, and it's kind of been a sad experience. But this next picture is what I imagine we are looking forward to, hopefully in 2021, which is gathering together and enjoying each other's presence once again. And while we don't truly know what 2021 has to hold, or if that will truly be the case, I know it's different place to place. This is kind of the companionship and the camaraderie that I think a lot of us are looking forward to. And that makes me think of a biblical concept called triclinium, which is something that Jesus experienced in Roman culture back in his day. And it's actually a seating arrangement for dining. As you can see in this little graphic picture is There were 3 couches surrounding a table, and on each couch would typically be 3 individuals sitting there, and they would eat a meal together, and those who would dine in this way were typically close friends, because you would prop yourself up on your left side and eat and reach for the middle with your right hand. And as you're sitting there, you're kind of reclining back on the person next to you. It's a very close place. And this is often how Jesus would be dining during a lot of the Bible stories that we hear, where it says he reclined at the table with sinners. And that's actually the Bible story I have for us tonight. From Mark chapter 2, verses 13 through 17. Then Jesus went out to the lake shore again and taught the crowds that were coming to him. As he walked along, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at his tax collector's booth. "Follow me and be my disciple," Jesus said to him. So Levi got up and followed him. Levi being the disciple Matthew. And when we think of our taxes being collected, many of us aren't jumping for joy. God tells us to give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to give to God what is God's. So we are to respect them, but they definitely aren't often looked highly upon. As we continue, later Levi invited Jesus and his disciples to his home as dinner guests, along with many tax collectors and other disreputable sinners. There were many people of this kind among Jesus' followers. But when the teachers of the religious law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with tax collectors and other sinners, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with such scum?" Now, I think many of us would kind of just go, okay, they didn't like the tax collectors. But what we miss here, and also kind of miss in this translation, is that he was reclining at the table with them. He was eating in triclinium, in this dining arrangement of close friendship. And in this setting, Jesus was saying, I am a close friend with all these people that the Pharisees look down upon. So they were questioning his choice in that, to recline in such a way. If we continue on, it ends by saying, when Jesus heard this, he told them, "Healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do. I've come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know they are sinners." He isn't talking about those who have COVID or those who are sick. He's talking about those who are sick spiritually, who are sinners, who need that friendship, who need to recline with God and to be in that close relationship. And so even though we've all experienced loss and grief and the yuck of this pandemic, we all have the opportunity to recline with God in this beautiful triclinium. That's kind of what I want to offer us in this new year in 2021. As we look forward to what travel can be, I want it to be a reminder of this intimate friendship that God gives us, this close companionship and this triclinium setting. And so without further ado, our 2021 travel theme is recline at the table. This is going to be the theme for all of Christian Travelers Network's travel and devotional resources for 2021. We have a group kit, and we're also working on some family and solo devotionals that go alongside that to help every traveler enjoy their vacations, but also take some time to dive into devotionally what God says about being in relationship with Him. And with that, one of our biggest resources is going to be our ultimate travel kit. This is going to work alongside any itinerary. If you're taking a 5-day trip, a 10-day trip, if you're going on a tour with lots of people, or you're just kind of doing something that you set your own place and planned on your own. It's great for a wide range of age groups, from high school through retired adults, and it's something that you'll be able to pack inside your suitcase, take it through TSA, and it should be safe. What is inside of this kit is going to be a large leadership devotional, small group devotionals, and individual reflections. So we will get, as a leader, if you choose to plan a group trip, you will get a leader's guide, which has inside of it some large group devotions, small group devotions, and individual reflections. The large group devotions is a team bonding experience, usually lasting 30 to 40 minutes. You do a quick biblical introduction of the topic of the day, and then do something to bond as a group, usually an icebreaker or some other fun game. And then you always end with a challenge for them for that day. The small group devotional is something that the groups will break into and be able to discuss at a different point in the day, whenever it works. Maybe it's during lunch, maybe it's during some free time, whatever works during their day, and they're going to dive deeper into what you introduced and also how they can be applying it to their current travels. Lastly, we're going to get into the individual reflections. Each student has their own travel journal. This is where they can take notes from large group and also talk about some of their small group things, but then it ends each day with some individual reflections that they can dive deeper into what we learned, how they saw God in their travels that day, and then dive deeper into that topic. So a couple of the things that we are going to talk about is welcome to the table. This is the kind of a little bit of what we just talked about in our devotion, and these are some examples of the lessons in there. So Jesus eating with sinners, the deserted island building game where you get to work together as a team to figure out how you would survive on a deserted island, and how that can make us feel very isolated, but Christ still comes to us. Enter into the kingdom feast, where we're going to talk about what sin really is and how it can weigh us down, but Christ's gift is not something that we should just glaze over. Our actions don't get us to heaven. It is truly Christ's forgiveness and joy in that. And then we have the ultimate betrayal, talking about Judas and the betrayers game, where it's kind of like Save the President or the Wink game. It's kind of a combination therein, and talking about forgiveness. The scandalous confession, where while Jesus was reclining at the table, the immoral woman washed his feet. And you're going to have the opportunity to practice confession with a sin box and give the students the opportunity to confess their sins and have them washed clean in Christ. Next, we have shattering a hard heart to go. Oftentimes when we talk about the commission, we don't talk about the fact that Jesus called them out for having hard hearts, hiding out and not going out into the world. And sometimes we have to shatter our own hard heart, which ultimately leads to our travel testimony, which is when travelers get to talk about their travel experiences, but also how they saw God in that. And they'll look back at everything they did throughout their trip, all of the things on your itinerary, and how they reflected on what they learned, and put that into a 30-second elevator speech that they can give to anyone when they get home. So what that breaks down into is a leader kit. The leader kit comes with the items shown. This is the leader book, the traveler's devotional, and then the supplies you need to lead a lot of your icebreaker and team bonding activities. Additionally, there is the individual traveler. This is the individual traveler's kit, which includes a lava square, clothespins for a game that you'll play with your team, a lot of elements that go into your activities and your small group devotionals, and it's just kind of a fun little way to bring the travelers into your activities. So in terms of cost, if you book with us, we have a really great discount. If you book any trip, the cost of your leader kit is $99, and each individual traveler's kit is $12.50. You can buy these resources, my ultimate travel kit, for on your own without booking with us, and you can see those prices there. I showed this in the live video, but I'm going to interject right now and say that the prices, if you plan a trip on your own instead of through us, it will be $190 for the leader kit and $19 for each individual kit. You will need all of the individual kits for any travelers going with you to be able to do all of the activities, but combined, you'll be able to do all of the activities and have an enjoyable time. Please note that for the 48 contiguous states, this is free shipping, and then this final product will be available in late February. So if you're starting to plan your trips now and looking out a couple months, please consider using this resource. But what can CTN actually do for you when it comes to booking your trips? Well, we have a lot of partners, everything from Disney to cruises, and of course shore excursions that go alongside that. If you want to go to Alaska, the Caribbean, go to Europe, whatever you want, we likely have it. We have novelty stays, a lot of hotels, any kind of accommodations that you might need. Group tours. Globus is kind of a well-known name, but they have tours all over the States and Europe, and we have other partners that do tours as well. We have a lot of flights as well as resources. United, Delta, Southwest, a lot of partners with big names. And here is just a list of some of the main ones that we work with, but we have a lot of other partners not pictured here as well. If you aren't watching this live and you want to ask some questions, you can head to our website, christiantravelers.net. There you can find resources or our email, which is christiantravelers.network@gmail.com. You can send emails to us that way, or you can find us on Facebook, send us a message. We're also on Instagram, and you can message us there. There's a lot of different places. I think we have a Google business account as well, so if you Google us, you should be able to message us directly there as well. We have a podcast where weekly we send out travel devotionals. We have a lot of guests come and talk about their travel experiences and how they've seen God in their travels. Some of our upcoming ones are going to talk about retreats and what is it to plan a retreat, some of the tedious things, some of the joyful things, and hopefully, even if you don't use our resource, this will be a great way for you to connect with people and start to plan your 2021 and beyond travel adventures. Lastly, we have our giveaway, and we're going to give it away to one lucky winner. We're giving away a travel planner, and so what I'm going to do is, if you have watched this, go to christiantravelers.net/ebook. There, everyone can get the electronic version, but one of you who goes ahead to our website and fills out the form to get the ebook will be selected to give our actual physical travel planner. So this is one of our awesome resources. It goes through what it takes to plan a trip, everything from 6 to 8 months out, where you begin praying about what God has in store for you with your travels, to how do you determine what budget and cost looks like, how do you pick who to travel with, what does your packing list look like, and then while you're traveling, you journal about where you saw God in your travels, what you did each day, all of those really exciting things. And then ultimately, when you return home, you work on your own travel testimony. How do you share God and this experience with others? And of course, throughout it all, there are prayers to kind of pray over your whole travel experience. We're going to give this away to one lucky winner. And again, that is, go to our website, christiantravelers.net/ebook. Everyone can download it for free. It's only there for the next 48 hours. But then once that is down, we'll go ahead and determine who our winner is to get the physical copy, and we will send it to you. Well, that wraps up our 2021 travel theme reveal. Unfortunately, because you didn't join us for the live webinar, the free ebook is no longer available, but you can go to the resources page on our website and find Travel with Christ-like Intention Journal. That is the same free ebook that we were giving out, just under a different name for the time being. So then that's only $15, and it's a great resource for you. Our travel winner is Katie Combs. She gets the travel journal that we talked about in the live webinar. And if you would like to get a hold of me to have a complimentary travel discussion and talk about your 2021 travel dreams, please head to our website, christiantravelers.net. and click on our bookings tab. There you'll find a place where you can email us directly, or you can give us a call at 615-241-2151. Thanks so much, and I look forward to working with you in 2021. God's blessings and safe travels.